To tonight's Original Now with in-depth reporting on a topic we've been watching. And tonight, dozens of people have been killed in India after a crowd crush at the biggest religious gathering in the world. Officials expect that more than 400 million people will take part in a pilgrimage that started on January 13th. But earlier today, those crowds in the millions, many became the latest in a history of deadly stampedes in India. Meagan Fitzgerald has more with a warning. Some of these images are disturbing.
Tonight, a chaotic and deadly scene in northern India after a stampede broke out, killing at least 30 people and injuring 6 others. Millions of people gathered in Prayagraj, southeast of the capital New Delhi, for a Hindu festival, the largest religious gathering in the world. The faithful pushing towards the Triveni Sangam River for a holy bath. But that's when the horror unfolded. This woman, who asked not to be named, saying, "Suddenly there was a huge crowd and we got stuck. People started pushing aggressively and we fell." People desperately fleeing for their lives, climbing over barricades and through fences. This woman says, "People kept stepping on us. I am safe, but my mother has died." And for the dozens who were crushed by the crowd, their lifeless bodies were carried off by first responders, along with the injured, even up to 12 hours after the chaos unfolded. For those who managed to escape, the devastation and sadness quickly setting in. Local authorities are saying the situation is under control, but admitting there's still pressure from crowds as tens of millions make their pilgrimage to the river as part of Maha Kumbh, a 6-week Hindu festival that takes place every 12 years. Nearly 150 million have already attended the event, including dignitaries and celebrities like Coldplay's Chris Martin. Satellite images show the scale of this massive event. Today's devastating incident is sadly not uncommon in India. Just last year, more than 100 people were killed in a stampede in the northern part of the country. Thousands of people were inside a tent listening to a religious leader when crowds started rushing towards the stage. The incident being called one of the deadliest in India's recent history. And in 2013, a collapsing bridge triggered a massive stampede which killed more than 100 people, mostly women and children. 2008 saw 2 deadly events. All of these tragedies happening at religious gatherings meant to bring peace, but too often ending in pain.
Meagan is joining us now. And Meagan, we've talked about and you've laid out there how deadly this has been over just the last couple of decades here. So the obvious question is, so what's being done about it? What's being done to stop it?
Yeah, Holly, it's a great question. I mean, what we know about this particular event, this most recent event, is according to police, they put up hundreds of these cameras all around the festival grounds for purposes of keeping an eye on crowds. Sadly, that certainly doesn't seem to have worked for them. We're hearing from the opposition leader, Rahul Gandhi, who's taken to X, saying that this was mismanagement and that people there were prioritizing VIPs, so authorities and administrators that were there, prioritizing VIPs as opposed to the common people. And he believes this is what led to that deadly stampede that we saw early this morning. And authorities are saying, sadly, this death toll will likely climb. Holly.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.